Let's have a conversation. I'm your host, Class. This is my co-host, Jay.
Mr. J.
Yeah. And we're here to talk to you about whatever we can come up with. And so today we decided we're going to put two great theme parks together head to head. It's going to be Universal Studios versus
And Six Flags.
Magic Mountain. That's right. We're putting two of the beasts together. But obviously the ultimate GOAT is Disneyland. So let's put that out there.
That's another video.
Another video for another time. So we decided we got about 5 questions we're going to talk about to kind of give you guys the experience, and then we're going to rate them for you to kind of give you guys an idea of ballpark wise experience and all that other stuff. We're going to start with the family or younger teens kind of experience. So when you go to these theme parks, sometimes you're going to visit and you're going to get to deal with some crowd of people. Now, what crowd of people are you going to deal with, you may ask? Well, sometimes you're going to deal with the young teenagers who can be a bit much. And then sometimes you're going to deal with the parents with the screaming children. So none of them are actually a delight. But if
Both
I
have their disadvantages at times.
Exactly. So, but if I had to say where they kind of all fall, we're going to say, I'm going to say Universal straight up falls into the category of family oriented.
Yeah.
Simply because there's a little more safer rides for kids. And at the same time, what else can I say? That
they play to that nostalgia effect that a lot of us like, and there's a lot of other parents as well.
yeah, like there's also like the movie themes, exactly. Like people, like kids can relate to it. There's like these fun characters like trolls and stuff like that. Same time, Six Flags does that too, but again, it feels more family oriented because the roller coasters are less dangerous, more friendly. There's more rides, attractions that kids can go on, and the area itself is just it's just a family oriented kind of atmosphere.
Some of the rides are really more of a show than they are a ride themselves.
Yeah, exactly. And even then, they're still like an entertaining experience. So, family oriented in the universal aspect, but I want to say teenagers are ruling Six Flags because obviously when we're younger, we're into that crap, man. We're adrenaline junkies. We're all about, I'm never gonna die.
And just drop me. Yeah, it's completely fine.
It's we're really into it. When we get older, we're a little more wiser, more afraid. Obviously, we're a little more frail.
Go up there and then jump off of that. No.
We're a little more rational. So. We have a lot more to lose at this point.
I have to go to work tomorrow. I don't feel like jumping off and doing that. No.
So, all in all, I would say teenagers are more for the Six Flags, and family is Universal. I mean, they're all mixed bags, though, obviously, but still, the fact is, family is more in Universal's direction. That's what I'll give on that.
Yeah.
So we'll rate them probably at the end of this, so we can kind of give you guys a ballpark. Number 4 was a lot to do. So pretty much, is there a lot to do in these theme parks? Now, the reason why we're talking about this in general is because we want to make sure everyone's aware of what they're putting their money into. So we don't get... because we've made some mistakes.
So you don't buy a Six Flags pass and basically not use it.
So we're not biased. No, we're not like that. No, I'm just kidding.
I am.
Yeah, no, I'm like that too because we've had our experience that's why we're trying to set this video up to let you guys know that way you guys don't make that same mistake. So as far as there a lot to do, hell yeah, there's a lot to do in both theme parks. But Six Flags is slow.
Six Flags is driven generally towards just one direction.
Yeah, exactly.
We do roller coasters. That's what we do.
Exactly.
You're gonna wait in line. You're gonna go on this ride, and that's pretty much what we do all day.
And Universal is the same thing with theme rides, but they have different experiences. You can do 3D rides. You can literally go on a tram and just have things moving. There's like a whole experience with every time with Universal that's different compared to Six Flags. Six Flags again is basic.
It works. If their formula works,
yeah.
I mean, they would not be in business if it didn't work.
But I think it only works for the younger audience, like the teenagers, the ones who really just want to take a girl on a date and think Six Flags with a group of people sounds like a fun. I would recommend Hurricane Harbor, because Hurricane Harbor, it was the bomb to go on.
Hurricane Harbor.
Yeah, that's fun.
That's a different story.
That's a different story. But if we should have been comparing anything, it would have been harder of a competition. It would have been Pearl Harbor, Hurricane Harbor against Universal Studios. But anyways, yeah. So Universal has a lot to do as far for kids, for adults. You get to do all these different rides. Six Flags just basically they just did a DC theme ride that's kind of like a Disney ride and like a kids ride. That's a start, but that's not enough. You know, is it really enough? I don't know.
Plus, you have to take into consideration it's a long line. So, is the ride cool enough to wait like an hour or hour and a half in line for this ride? You know, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
I left the line.
So, if we're gonna, I would compare. I would say Universal has a little more of an upper advantage, as far as because they have so much going for them as far as settings and everything. So. Six Flags, I mean, they're great when it comes, but to the experience of for like wanting to go on a ride and really get a rush. But anything else than that, I don't know. Okay, so number 3 is the settings. So setting meaning like how is the location, the area, the theme, the vibe in the place. You know, I'm gonna say that Universal kills it. Like you can't compare the Harry Potter theme park. I don't even watch Harry Potter. I don't even like. I'm not a Dumbledore or Dumbledore. I might be. You guys are gonna kill me for that, but you know I'm not that guy. So, but I loved it. It was fun going in there, and the drinks they had. My boy wanted to have a drink in there. It's pretty good.
The fact is that they go all out when playing these themes and these characters. Like these people walk around for real thinking they are a bartender in Hogwarts.
Yep.
Like they make you believe it, and you start to think that it's real. It's like, hey man, you know what? That guy thinks it's real. That guy thinks he's a real train conductor. Why not?
And you got singing frogs and all kinds of things. And that's just a Harry Potter ride.
That is one section.
That's one area, like one spot. And then you got the Simpsons theme park. It's like
that was cool.
It's awesome. Like there's just you can't comparing Six Flags. Six Flags kept it the same way. Ever since I think I've been a kid, I haven't seen a lot of difference.
Not a lot has changed.
Like not a lot of like. There's not been any improvements. I mean,
there has been improvements and remodels. There's things that they've taken out and they've replaced with, but then you hear, oh, this ride there was a malfunction, and
that's why they
have their issues.
I think
technical difficulties.
The only thing I ever liked when I went to Six Flags was the time I went for the holidays and it had these really cool like lights.
It's pretty funny, but one of the only things I liked about Six Flags was Batman. And the Joker ride, which obviously was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was.
Oh wait,
yeah,
not the Joker.
No, it was Riddler. There
Riddler.
You go.
My bad. Sorry. All right. Sorry.
Don't kill us. Anyway,
I'm not the biggest DC fan. Okay, I'm on Marvel.
So, but Universal kills it because they have different settings. You can go to, if you're not even, let's say you're not even a cartoon, television, Simpsons fanatic or Harry Potter fanatic, they still have settings like Paris. They have settings like other spots like Italy and stuff like that. It's really cool. So
they're going to have something else there that you most likely will be interested in.
And if you, think about it this way. If you pay attention to the tourists that go there, it's a lot that go to Universal more than Six Flags. That's straight up. Like
tourists are just
they're not taking photos of rides. They're taking photos of. They want to take photos of like the whole experience and shit.
Well, throughout Universal, really all you see is just tourists walking around with a little selfie stick. Hey.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, if you want to, we'll talk about right now about number 2, which is the experience. So let's talk about the people. The crowd, okay? Universal crowd, a bunch of a-holes, okay? I don't know how you guys have this weird entitlement where you guys straight up just walk up to people and expect them to just somehow, like, you're walking a certain direction and then somebody just walks right into your direction and expects you to be like, stop in your track and be like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm a polite person. But that type of crap is annoying. I'm a big guy. I'm like, you don't think I'd be walking up and thinking I could just be like, this man? No, I could do that. But I'm just like, no, I'm a friendly guy. And every time some little kid, somebody shows up, comes right in my path like, yo, what's going on here? Six Flags, It wasn't. I didn't feel like that was the case for me personally.
Six Flags, the issue was there's a lot of kids.
Yeah.
Not like little kids, but just like, younger kids, high school, middle school. Yeah. And sometimes, a little loud, a little obnoxious.
Yeah.
And, just that's really what is there.
If we were going to set a setting, like, let's say, if I was going to set a setting, if I wanted to take a girl on a date and I was a younger teenager, I would rather go to Universal. Because Universal, I go to Halloween Horror Nights, she'll get scared. There's that option. I can go to, what do you call it? I can set the mood wherever I want to go. I can go to a certain spot. We can have our first kiss there and stuff. Like, all options. But in Six Flags, you're going to get a little bit of kids going, woo! Sometimes. Yeah. And that right there can ruin the mood.
Like, oh, okay.
Anybody.
Thanks for doing that.
So just, let's keep that in mind when it comes to that. I will say that the crowd.
Take notes.
Yeah, just. And as far as the lines,
the lines at Six Flags are insane.
Yeah,
y'all need to work on that.
Yeah, it's a pretty big, and not only that, just the idea of the experience of standing in those lines. I'm not saying Universal has benches and stuff, but they also have benches somewhere, and
they keep the line.
Yeah, and on top of that, the tents in Six Flags are annoyingly not helpful. They don't help. I mean, I'm still sweating. I'm still standing in the heat. I'm feeling like I'm in a dirt road.
They
just
shade
waiting
the part
in line.
where you're not standing.
Exactly, and that's annoying because yes, Six Flags Universal you have to wait in line too, but it's worth the experience because sometimes you're not waiting that long. You're waiting, but you're not waiting too long. And on top of that, there's an app. I don't know if Six Flags has this, but there's an app on Universal where it can tell you exactly the time when you're going to be there if something is closed. Sadly, Universal's Jurassic World is closed right now. I will let you guys know if that changes in time.
Update will be coming.
Yeah, and then as far as entrance, so to get into these places, they're both nightmarish. Because, Six Flags, you have to have a car or a ride, Uber or something to drive you all the way in there.
That's
so
an expensive Uber, bro.
Yeah, it's expensive. And on top of that, even
Six Flags?
Yeah, and I mean, if people want to walk there, it's first off, you got to walk this long trail.
Good luck.
And then after that, you got to, if you're lucky enough, you can walk around and then you hit the entrance. But Universal, you got to go up a hill. But these two, luckily enough, have trams that you can use, which is great. Six Flags trams, I feel like, is a little more lagging than Universal's trams. But, I haven't been, timing these people or anything, so I can't really give you an actual, which one's better as far as timing. But if you wanted to walk, let's say you were walking from the parking lot, from Six Flags, it's a little bit of a nightmare. It's a walk in the heat. There's no shade, there's no water, there's no breeze. It's just hot. And to mock you while you're doing that is a water ride theme park next to you as you're walking towards the heat.
Just wishing you could go inside.
With Universal, same thing. You have to go up a hill.
That hill sucks.
And going down is no picnic either. So, the entrance between the two.
Going down is a little bit easier than going up.
Yeah, that's true. And as far as getting in, Universal, I feel like is a little more efficient with getting the line a lot quickly done when it comes to entering.
They understand that there's a crowd and to keep the line moving.
Yeah, because clearly you're not going to waste the whole time, And they just seem a little more free and flexible with stuff. I want to say that. And the rides. The rides in there, between the two,
the rides at Six Flags are most likely better.
Yeah, and but here's the reason why. So let's just separate the two. They're better because they're for adrenaline. They're for that rush. They're for that fun.
It's a real roller coaster.
Yeah, if you want to go on heights and you want to go spinning, you want to go on speed, that is your spot.
Six Flags.
Don't even hesitate. That's your spot. But here's the argument. Universal, however, has these. Well, maybe you get headaches on 3D rides, but their rides are pretty fun. Some of them are not all 3D. The Mummy ride is actually pretty fun.
I like the Mummy ride.
The Mummy ride is pretty cool. It's been there for a while. I want to go to Jurassic World, but it didn't. It's kind of close. No, I haven't been on it.
It's pretty cool.
But I'm excited to be on it. Anyways, as far as everything else, even if you're not a kid at heart, the Minion ride was fun. There's a lot of rides. Like, so there's a Shrek one or Kung Fu Panda. That was fun too. Like, there's a lot of rides you can go on. And you can also experience, like, entertaining stuff like dog shows in Hollywood or the tram that tells you all these fun facts about movies. So
take a picture with Frankenstein.
Yeah,
a lot of other people do it.
The rides are more diverse. So if, let's say, you wanted something simple, I want something to go fast, go crazy, and on heights. Six Flags is your place. But if you want something with a little bit of different roller coasters, different settings and stuff like that, then you got Universal for that. I'll give you that. All right. So last one, number 1, which is investments. Investment. So I mean investing in this whole thing. So there's a membership pass, or a seasonal pass, or whatever the hell you want to call it. You guys, I'm not going to give you the technical terms for these things, but the season pass for Universal, I will say, is worth it. Screw the Six Flags pass. I got Platinum. It was terrible. I'm sure people got other better ones, but it wasn't that great. You can't get off. So let's just be direct. You can't get off the Six Flags payment plan.
You're going to be there for a year, whether you like it or not.
Now, I don't know about Universal. I haven't had that situation just yet. We had a long time ago when we wanted to cancel. There was that, but I realize now that once you invest into the Universal experience, it's worth the investment compared to the Six Flags. Because he's had a season pass. I had a season pass for Six Flags.
Yeah.
It wasn't that great. I didn't go that often. My wife thought it was a good idea. I said, let's do it. Let's see how it is. It turns out she doesn't even like roller coasters. So it was like we were just going.
What's the point?
So we went on some rides here and there. So I'll give her credit for that. But it was a bummer because clearly we weren't really into it. We kind of focused more on getting it for Hurricane Harbor because they're the best when it comes to water theme rides. I'm gonna be honest. I can't remember what's another ride theme park. There's one more. Raging Waters.
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, you said the other one, Hurricane Harbor. My bad.
Yeah, I think it's Raging Waters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Raging. Oh, I've been there once. It wasn't. It was a very unpleasant experience. But anyways. So yeah, for investment wise, Universal is better. And I'm going to tell you this as a bonus, as a tip: get the gold member pass. Get it. And the reason why we say this is free parking. You want to know how much parking is? Get ready for this, folks. It's $30. It's almost $30. Sorry, it's like 28 or 27. I can't remember. But it's almost $30 for parking for one day. That's crazy. It's ridiculous. They're ripping you off.
How much does Six Flags charge for parking?
I don't even know. I think it was like $20. They're still at lower rates. There's no point with this parking, by the way. The parking's the same. It's nothing different. No advancements. There's no security or anything like that. They're just ripping us off. Anyways, but yeah, I recommend to get the gold membership. Plus, you get discounts from the gold membership pass. Apparently, when we get the basic seasonal pass, you don't get nothing. You get no parking, and you get no discounts.
You get free admission.
Which is fun. But obviously, there's blackout dates, which is not a big deal. But honestly, all in all,
just about everybody has blackout dates.
Yeah. So, just to settle, let's just get the score going on this, mothers. All right. So, number 1 for investments, as far as for Six Flags, what would you say? Scale 1 to 5. Well, 1 being awful, not good at all. 5 being, I would invest in it.
I wouldn't invest in Six Flags, no.
So, it'd be like a 1.
Yeah.
And I would actually say, I'd say 1 too, because unless you're an adrenaline junkie, that's all it is for. Other than that, you don't really get anything out of it. Now, for Universal, scale 1 to 5.
5.
5. Because it's worth the experience. Get the gold member pass, though. That's all I got to say to that. Okay, as far as experience, scale 1 to 5 for Six Flags.
Like 2.
Yeah, I'm going to say 2 too. The heat, everything, it's just not worth it. It's a 2 on that. And for Universal?
5.
5, yes.
I'm pretty sure you know where I'm going.
We're both going to be on the same almost frequency on this thing because clearly we like it.
We're biased.
Yeah. And number 3, settings. So like pretty much the atmosphere, the whole thing.
For Six Flags.
1 to 5.
I would say like 3. It's pretty cool seeing all the Justice League stuff around.
Yeah, that was
cool. That's cool.
But, I like that.
I'm not digging it.
I'm gonna give it a 2 because the only thing I like was Batman. The only credibility that I had was the Batman or Riddler theme. Other than that, nothing else. I can't stand the Superman. Every time I go there, hate that. They have not found a way to close that noise. But anyways, so I'll give that. And as far as Universal, 5 all the way. That's right. As far as do they have a lot to do? Is there a lot to do there? Scale of 1 to 6, 1 to 5 for Six Flags.
Six Flags 1. You have one thing to do.
Yeah.
Well, 2 if you count standing in line.
Yeah. Really nothing to do. Food is not that great. The unlimited drinks is a benefit perk, but as far as the setting, yeah,
you have to pay for like this pass. You have to pay for something to get that.
Yeah. So if a lot to do wise. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 1. There's one thing to do there. And as far as Universal, 1 to 5?
5.
5. So, and as far as does it have family or younger generation? So we're gonna have to do a separate on this one. So as far as for Six Flags for families, scale of 1 to 5, how many would you say it's very family oriented or not at all?
I would say it's like a 3, so it's like in the middle.
Yeah, I agree. So I'm gonna say, yeah, it's gonna be a no. You know what? I'm gonna go 2. Gonna go 2. It's not really that family oriented, especially kids that are screaming for their mommies at the end of those rides.
Yeah.
Now, as far as the younger scale of 1 to 5.
For the younger kids, Six Flags is definitely a 5.
Yeah, 5 all the way. There's no. If you're young and you're really in the rush and you like having fun and you want to hang out with your buds and stuff like that and just go crazy, that's the place to go. As far as Universal's family, scale 1 to 5.
Family, definitely a 5.
Yeah, 5 all the way for that. And as far as younger crowd too, I'm gonna already say 5. We're already at 5 on that. Yeah. So all in all, like we're pretty much saying go to Universal Studios. We're not even marketed by them or anything. We're just letting you guys know it's a better deal. Other than that, that's the end of the show, guys. We really appreciate you guys listening. If you guys like this, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, or leave a comment. As always, we really appreciate you guys, and catch you guys later. Okay, peace.